So you figured out how to start your own company. Now you need to know, how do you pay yourself from your LLC? Let's talk about it. What's up, y'all? It's AJ Simmons here. Real quick, I want to get into a popular topic that comes up a lot, particularly in the cleaning industry for new entrepreneurs. And it is this: how do I pay myself for my business, right? Like, how legally and most, tax beneficially, how do I get the money from my business to me? Because I want to make my money, right? So let's talk about it. I remember when I first heard Jesus say, I own that, so I pay myself.
CTE, that's the label that pays me. I own that, so I pay myself.
I always wanted to know, okay, well, if you own something and you pay yourself, that means you write your own check. Like, how does that even work? Like, ever since I heard him say that line, it was like in my head, I was gonna figure out, how can I be my own boss, right? Because I'm like, shit, if I could pay myself, I'm paying myself unlimited amount. Then I'm gonna pay myself $1 million a day if I can pay. If it's up to me, I'm gonna write this, because I didn't understand business at all, right? But anyway, let's get into this. So, how do you do it? All right, first thing you can do is you need to understand that single member LLCs are taxed the same way as a sole proprietorship, okay? The only good benefit about having that LLC is provide you with a little more protection in terms of liability. So if your company was to get sued, the person suing your company, if they slipped and fell while you were mopping the floor, that LLC will be able to help protect you, your personal assets, whether you own a home or something. They won't be able to go after your home, but they can just only go out after what the business owns and not you, okay? Now, you have to be very careful with a single member LLC, because some attorneys will learn how to reach around the LLC and still get to your personal assets. So make sure that you don't intermingle the funds. But getting to the point of this video, all you do, like I said, a LLC is treated and taxed like a sole member, a sole proprietor. So therefore, the money that's left over after you pay your expenses in your business is yours. Okay, so you simply would write a check to yourself, and that's it. Or you can transfer the funds to your personal account as a direct deposit. That's it, okay? Those funds are yours. Now, when you write those checks to yourself or make those direct deposits to yourself, what that's called is a draw, or a owner draw, okay? So when you pay yourself from your company and you just take the money, that's called a owner's draw. Now, you can also draw a salary and take payroll taxes out of your check, but there's no need to do all of the extra stuff when you can just do an owner draw, okay? So that's pretty much it. I mean, that's all you got to do is pay yourself. That's it, all right? Now, how do you determine how much you should pay yourself? Well, really is a personal discretion, okay? It's all up to you. I will say this, though. Remember that it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep, okay? So when you're doing your bookkeeping and talking and getting into accounting now, I'm going to try not to get too technical, but what you have to remember is this: if you're trying to grow a business, you want the business to reflect that it's making and keeping money and growing, okay? So if you show in your books that all of the money that your company is making is going straight into your pocket, well, guess what? The LLC is still separate from you, okay? From a entity standpoint. So therefore, every time that you make a owner draw and pay yourself, guess what? That money leaves the company and now goes to you at that point. Okay, so I know for tax purposes, you and your business are one and the same, but when it comes down to accounting and looking at the actual value of your company, if you're trying to build a business out of it, then you don't want every single penny leaving the company. Okay, you want that bottom line to look bigger, because every time you pay yourself, guess what? The bottom line shrinks because that money left the business and went to you. Okay, so with that said, I say just pay yourself a comfortable amount, okay? If you know you need a certain amount to pay your bills, pay yourself enough to pay your bills and put something away in savings, and then leave the rest of it in the business account. Now, you don't want to leave too much in the business account, because guess what? You're going to get taxed on retained earnings as well, right? So that money will still get taxed even if it's just sitting in the account of your business. So therefore, what you want to do is reinvest that money. How do you reinvest that money? By advertisement. Invest in equipment for your company. Do things that will go back into the business and help grow the value of the company, okay? Help your business grow. Just keep reinvesting. That's what's meant by reinvesting. things that will make your business grow. Okay, so when we say I own that, so I pay myself. If you want to pay yourself as much as possible, like I said I did when I heard Jeezy say that line, you got to grow that business as big as you can. Okay, so if you want to get paid more, the business has to do more. Okay, so if you want to grow that, you got to grow that revenue if you want a bigger check. As simple as that, y'all. So I'm not gonna hold y'all too long today. I appreciate you watching, subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. This is AJ Simmons. One more thing real quick. I remember it might have been a few videos ago, a little while ago, and I also need to say this. I am not a CPA. I'm not a tax accountant. I'm not a attorney. Okay, so this is not legal or financial advice. This is just me sharing my opinion on how you can pay yourself. All right. But with that said, there was years and years ago I read that LLCs are required to draw a salary. Okay, well that's since been changed. You got to remember LLCs are a relatively newer entity type. Okay, so it was kind of hard to figure out how they should be taxed. LLC can elect to be taxed as an S corp or a C corp, or it will automatically be deemed as a single member LLC or just a regular LLC if you have partners, and it'll get taxed as a sole proprietor or as a partnership. Okay, so you need to make sure that you research up on this stuff and see how you want to structure your company. So you need to know how your company will get taxed, because just because you have an LLC, it could get taxed in different ways. If it's just you and you're a single member LLC, it would automatically roll over into being taxed as a sole proprietor. But again, there are different stipulations and situations where you can be taxed differently. Okay, so it's not mandatory that you draw a salary any longer as a LLC. So if you did hear me say that years ago in a video, I just figured I'd come back and hedge myself. All right, so I wanted to throw that out there. But I appreciate y'all watching again. This is AJ Simmons, and I will talk to you soon. This is AJ Simmons. Real quick, I want to tell you about my new lead generation program that will help you get more customers for your cleaning business and grow way faster than what you're probably growing now. Okay, now this will be for cleaning franchise owners as well as independent franchise owners. Okay, as well as independent cleaning business owners. I'm sorry. All right, so here, if you just go to cleanbiznetwork.com, you click on the menu tab in the upper left hand corner. This is if you're on a phone. If you're on a desktop, then you'll see the tabs at the top of your screen, and you go down at the very bottom, second to the bottom, it says janitorial leads. I probably need to move that up a few tabs, right? You click on janitorial leads, and it'll take you to the page about my lead generation program. Okay, so here's what you'll get. We'll handle the cold call script for you, so you don't have to tell us what to say. You just tell us where you are. We'll call a bunch of businesses in your area to try to get you some appointments to go bid. Okay, these are not we send you leads and then you got to race to the phone and hopefully you call the lead before somebody else does, like Home Advisor does. This is leads calling directly on behalf of your company so that we can get you real bid appointments with people who really want to speak with you. Okay, we'll create a list of leads for the call for you. So, and when we create that the list of leads, it'll be in a spreadsheet document. You can watch us live as we track the calls and the results in our call log. So when we track the results of those calls inside our call log on the spreadsheet, you'll get a link to actually view us typing in that log as we're doing it. Okay, then we'll schedule the actual appointments for you, and then once we schedule those appointments, you'll automatically get a notification in your email to let you know when the actual appointment is. Okay, so whenever we do this, you'll be able to watch it, and then once we get a customer who says, or potential customer that says, okay, you can come in on Monday at 10 a.m., you'll get an email directly to your email and to let you know that that's when you need to come in and who you need to meet with, where it's located, the phone number, everything. Okay, and then we guarantee you appointments or your money back. Okay, so this is how it works. You'll come here, put in your application. This is a little quick application. Put in your name, your company's name, your email address that you want the appointment notification to come to, and then tell us how many calls you want to buy. Okay, so we charge by the call. It's $1 a call. So if you buy 100 calls, it's $100. Okay, you buy 1,000 calls, it's $1,000. All right. List up to 3 cities that you want us to call, that you provide service in, and we'll call almost every business depending on how many calls you buy. So if you buy 1,000 calls, we might have to call every single company in those 3 cities to make sure that we get you all of the leads that we guarantee to you. Okay. How many days after the call is made should we schedule your appointment? So we just ask you what your preferred time for your appointment is. And then again, here's where you can actually choose how many calls you want to purchase. Now, this is the kicker, okay? This is not just some lead generation service that, okay, well, you pay us $100 for 100 calls, and then if we don't get any appointments for you in those 100 calls, and you just out back. No, if you could pay for 100 calls, we guarantee you to at least get you one appointment out of those 100 calls. Now, if we make 100 calls and get you 50 appointments out of those 100 calls, all 50 appointments for you all 50 of those appointments are yours. Okay, there's no limit on how many you can get. We just put a minimum there so that way you always get at least something for your money. And the good thing about that too is if you're only paying $100 for those 100 calls and that one appointment, let's say that one appointment is worth $2,000 a month. Okay, so you just paid $100 to get $2,000 a month account. You can't beat that anyway. Okay. If you go to this one and you pay for 10 appointments, what if all 10 of those appointments are $2,000 a month? You see what I'm saying? Or maybe 10 of them are $100 each. Either way, you only paid $1,000 for it, and now you're grossing $1,000 a month off of 10 $100 appointments. Now, let's be real. There's no $100 a month accounts, right? We don't even accept $100 a month accounts. You guys should have minimum prices where you shut it off, even if, I don't care if the account is only 500 square feet and you go on once a week, you still got to, charge at least a minimum, okay? But anyway, that was just an illustration. But we guarantee you a certain amount of appointments every month, okay? So you don't have to worry about just paying us money and then not even getting that one bid appointment, all right? Here's the details you can kind of read through. It says, please allow us 30 business days from the day that you buy in to meet your guarantee, okay? So if you buy in today, we have 30 business days from today to send you your appointments, your guaranteed appointments, all right? Now, here's the thing. It usually won't take us nowhere near the actual 30 days. The only way they might even get close to that is if you buy 10 appointments at one time. And even then, I don't think it won't even get close. Somebody just bought 5 appointments the other day, and it was we took care of all of his appointments were scheduled within the 2-day span. Okay, it usually takes us about a week to get to start actually working on your calls, just because we always make sure that we're backloaded, so we have people who bought in before you, we had to serve them first, right? First come, first serve. But as soon as we get started on your calls, your appointments are usually scheduled very fast. Okay, we guarantee a 1% minimum conversion rate. I just explained to you about that. So for every 100 calls, we guarantee at least one appointment for you. All right, but we're going to make those 100 calls or 1,000 calls or however many calls that you pay for. All right. All right, about that. If your minimum appointment guarantee is not met within 30 days, then we will 30 business days. We will refund all of your money within 7 days. Okay, so if you buy 1,000 calls and we guarantee you 10 appointments and we can't deliver that within 30 days, we'll give you your whole $1,000 back. Okay, so you can't lose with this. It's a money back guarantee and everything. All right, you are responsible for closing your appointments. We do not guarantee customers will actually use your service. We do know that the customers are interested. They agreed to have this appointment with you, okay? So they do have interest, but it's up to you to go in there and sell and close the deal, okay? It's not our fault if you go in and they decide that they don't like your company because your company seems too small for them. That's not our fault. That's up to you to present your company in the best way to close the deal, okay? And now, if for whatever reason, this usually will never ever happen, but if for whatever reason, I won't say never ever, but if for whatever reason you get a appointment set, if you get an appointment set and you go in and the customer says, "Oh, I didn't schedule any appointment with you," so you feel like the lead is bogus, you reach out to me and we'll figure out a way to rectify that for you. Usually we either give you additional 100 calls or we either give you another guaranteed appointment. Okay, so, but just reach out to me and let me know. But I can promise you most of the time, we don't do any bogus leads. We had some early problems, growing pains. We did have some problems like that in the past. I fired those employees and we've moving on. We know we have a strict policy about making sure that our leads are confirmed, okay? And then also when you get the information for the appointment, you can call and confirm the lead as well. I don't recommend it unless you just really feel like you have to do it, or if you know you have a very good phone voice, okay? If you don't think that your phone voice is very well, I probably would hold off on confirming the lead and just trust that we already confirmed the lead, only because you don't want to turn the customer off. We already took some time out of their day to schedule the appointment, and then for somebody to come back and call them again just to ask them are they sure, that might make them say, you know what, just sent you ads. No, I don't want to do it no more. So just be careful with the confirming, okay? You are responsible again for closing your leads, though. All right. We are not responsible if you miss your appointment for whatever reason. The appointments are sent to your email. We usually schedule all appointments with, within a 2-day span in between the day that we actually schedule it and the day that you're actually supposed to go in. So if you need to reschedule your appointment for whatever reason, you can just call them and reschedule, okay? We won't reschedule it for you. That's something that you would have to do. And you need to make sure that you're very tentative to your emails, okay? Because if you miss the appointment, then that's up to you. Okay, that's on you. Now, all lead appointments provided to you have expressed interest in your service. However, we do not guarantee that the lead will hire you. As again, I mentioned that before. All right, it's your responsibility to sell. All right, the leads provided to you can be any commercial niche. Okay, it can be of any commercial niche. So that includes medical offices, dental offices, churches, retail stores, real estate offices. I have law firms up here, but we probably won't call law firms, all right, just because they're lawyers, and I don't want them to add us to their do not call list or any type of things like that. But also manufacturers will probably be up there, and any type of business services, okay? So then once you fill out this application, you just click submit. Once you click submit, that's it, okay? You agree to the terms, and we'll get rolling on your case, all right? If you purchase 100 calls, and okay, so this is some frequently asked questions. So if I purchase 100 calls and you get me an appointment on the 10th call, will you still make the other 90 calls that I purchased? And the answer to that is yes. Okay, you're paying for calls and not appointments, but we do provide a minimum appointment guarantee to ensure that you receive the best deal. Okay, so if you pay for 100 calls, you will get your 100 calls. If we make 100 calls and you don't get an appointment, and guess what? We're going to make as many calls as we need to get you that one appointment, because like I said, we guarantee. So even if it take us 1,000 calls to get you one appointment, we will make you 1,000 calls. Okay, some of the people who already bought in, who've been watching that call log, will see we've made 500 and something calls sometime to get some people one appointment, because certain localities are different than others. Okay, all right. So the busier ones are usually easier. Okay. What if I'm not available on the date that the appointment was scheduled? As I stated, you can just call ahead of time and let them know that you need to reschedule. Just blame it on us, okay? When you call these customers and you think you need to reschedule, just say, oh, my assistant didn't realize, well, I've already had an appointment booked for that day and time. Can you move it to another time, okay? Simple as that. All right, another common question asked is, can I keep the call log once you are finished providing me with the calls that I purchased? So the answer to that is yes, you can keep the call log. I always recommend that you copy, because like I said, you'll be able to go in and view the spreadsheet that we're using. I recommend that you copy it and paste it into an offline Microsoft Excel file or your own spreadsheet, okay? So, but just make sure you keep a file, so that way, if we do, let's say it takes us 105 calls to make to get your appointment, well, it's probably going to still be another 150 something contacts on that list that we never reached out to. So you can go reach out to those contacts yourself, or when you look at our list, you'll see that some of the notes says they told us to try back in 3 months. They told us to try back in 6 months. They said this, they said that. And you can go look through the notes and try to reach back out to some of those leads that we didn't follow up on, okay? So just definitely you can keep the call log. Another common question is, how soon after I purchase can I expect to start receiving appointments? As I stated, we usually start sending out appointments about a week after the day that you purchase, okay? But we'll be in constant contact with you from the time that you buy in. You'll get an email confirming that you bought in. Then probably about 1 or 2 days after that, you'll get an email showing you the link to access your call log so you can watch us work. And then right after that, you'll start getting appointments straight to your email, all right? Another common question I've been starting to get is, can I get the service even if I'm with a franchise? The answer to that is absolutely you can. Okay, so it doesn't matter, franchise, non-franchise. Again, I'm just here to make sure everybody eat, okay? So this Clean Biz Network, we covering all cylinders. We're going to help you get started. We're going to help you and provide a network for you with the Clean Biz Network mastermind group. Then we're going to make sure that you know how to bid with CalculatedClean.com so you can get the price right. And then we're going to make sure that you can grow your business by providing these leads, okay? So hopefully this video was able to help you. And if you are interested, just make sure you go to CleanBizNetwork.com, click the menu tab, and go down to Janitorial Leads, and you can roll from there. All right, thank y'all for watching.